Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, the doctor, professor, philanthropist, gynecologist, cafeteria lady, veterinarian, gardener, bacon connoisseur, and burger extraordinaire, Ruin Leon, back again to teach the young minds on how to not be stupid on social media. And I could come on here and be funny and be witty and be charismatic and be the sexiest black YouTuber of all time, but instead this is going to be a little bit more serious because it's a shame that people look at themselves and don't value themselves enough. It's a shame that people don't feel comfortable in their own bodies to the point where they have to shame other people who are living a different lifestyle. It's a shame that people don't wake up and love themselves more, because as much as people hate each other, as much as you all like to complain that somebody else is living a different lifestyle, I would at least think some people, or at least everybody, would wake up and look at the mirror and say, yeah, that's me and I love who I am. But the problem is you have too many people who are bitter with their life, their own failures, their own insecurities, and instead of working on them and building themselves up and building character, they just shame themselves. And whenever somebody else is around that's living a different life, a more happy life, a more successful life, or just being able to wake up and say, hey, this is me and this is who I am, they see that and they just seethe in hatred 24/7 to the point where they just make up anything in their heads because they feel attacked because somebody else is comfortable in their own skin. Adele used to be fat, and she had all the fat people saying, yeah, I love Adele because she's only fat and she's fat representative. But when she became skinny, apparently she betrayed the fat people, because how dare she lose weight? And in the minds of all the insecure fat people, you betrayed me. Now I feel uncomfortable. Now I feel like a loser. It's not Adele's fault you have self-image issues. It's your fault because you don't look at your big, beautiful body and say, hey, I'm big and I'm beautiful. And now that I've said that, it's time to transition to the main topic, which was Adele saying that she's comfortable being a woman. She loves being a woman.
But I really love being a woman and being a female artist. I do. I'm really proud of us. I really am. Thank you so much.
In walks the most insecure trans woman I've ever met, because after Adele said that, this person said all this shit.
Don't take your anger out on trans people. Like, girl, you didn't have to be extra. So if the Brit Awards decides, hey, we want to be more inclusive, why are you taking your big ass on stage? Oh, I love being a woman. When did you start loving being a woman? When you were fat or when you were skinny? Because it's giving me fat phobia. Because you weren't saying you love being a woman when you were 250 pounds. But now you 150, you love being a woman. Girl, we know. I'm not saying that she's transphobic, but she wanted to lick shots. She wanted to fire shots at the trans community. We know this. Just walk in your transphobia. Walk in your turfism. I'm not saying that she's transphobic. Just walk in your transphobia. I'm not saying that she's transphobic. Did your black boyfriend tell you to say that? Because we know there's a lot of OTEPs, right? That you white girls love. You guys love these OTEPs, right?
To live in that much bitterness and delusion to the point where you're so uncomfortable about another person being proud of who they are, you got to demonize them, you got to make fun of them, you got to shame them, you got to sit there and lie about them, you got to sit there and throw black men under the bus for some reason. I'm sorry, straight black men, because we all know those are the evil bastards of the black community. And to sit there and just constantly throw shit at the wall and hope it sticks. And the reason I'm saying that is because this video is privated, because I guarantee you in this trans woman's mind it was, okay, Adele said this and I'm offended, and now it's time for me to speak my truth and give my hardcore facts and opinions, my feelings, and then post it, and all the internet's gonna see it and agree with me, and they're gonna respect the fact that I came out and I stood against Adele being transphobic, even though I'm not gonna call her transphobic. She has turf takes, she has transphobic opinions, she needs to sit in her transphobia, and everyone's going to love me. The video's gone because nobody agreed with you, and you sat there and you probably think everybody that disagreed is transphobic. You privated it, and now you're just sitting there looking stupid because nobody was gonna sit there and look at you 100% and say, yeah, you're a rational human being. They're gonna look at you and say you're emotional and bitter. And I don't hate you because you're transgender. I hate you because of your attitude. The way you present yourself when you don't agree with something or when you don't like something something is completely childish and asinine. Nobody is supposed to take you seriously because you got on camera and embarrassed yourself. You didn't embarrass the transgender community. You didn't embarrass any of your LGBT friends. You embarrassed yourself because you're not proud of yourself. You hate yourself. You hate how you operate. You hate what you do. And thereby doing that, you're going to start spouting all this nonsense about other people who are happy with their lives and what they do. You can call me transphobic, just don't call me a straight black man because I'm bisexual. You can hate on me because I'm saying something you don't like. That's perfectly fine. But I'm not going to get on camera and spout all this emotional shit that was never said. I'm not going to go on no rant about how I feel just because somebody else is comfortable in their own skin. If they're comfortable, if they get on stage or get on Twitter or get on Instagram and say, I'm happy being a woman, I'm happy being a male, I'm happy being gay, I'm happy being bisexual, I'm happy being asexual, I'm happy being transgender, there's really nothing anybody can or should do about that. That one person is happy about their life and what they have in it. The rest of the world does not matter there. And the fact that people like to clasp on to other people and how they live and how they operate and self-identify with that to the point where if it changes, they start to shame that person and then themselves is pathetic. You're a loser, you're bitter, and you don't love yourself. And that's the saddest part of that, because I want you to wake up and be proud of who you are. I want you to wake up and look in the mirror and love yourself. I want you to love you because you are you. You're not evil. You're just bitter. And that's really sad. You don't have any self-identity in you to look in the mirror and love yourself. Instead, you got to get on camera and be mad that somebody else who does not know you, it was never going to be near you, is never going to endorse anything with you, is happy because they're a woman, while you're sitting there bitter, trying to force your way into everybody's life because, oh my God, you feel self-hated. You feel hated against by all these people. No, you're just delusional. This is not about the entirety of the transgender community, because I know some people are going to say, yeah, all those transgenders are nothing but confused, self-hating idiots. No. This is about one person, and maybe anybody else watching this video who's so bored and bitter with their lives, they latch on to somebody else to the point where they feel like they're personally attacked if that person does something differently. All of y'all need to gather up all those issues, bottle them up, drink them, swallow them, nut in them, do something, and just start trying to work to loving yourself. Not so anybody else could see you and appreciate you, just for you, because the rest of the world should not matter. The rest of the world shouldn't play any factor in you looking in the mirror and loving yourself, because all that attitude I showed y'all, all that hostility, all that anger, all that angst, that's not healthy. That's not productive. That's not helpful to you. It don't matter about the rest of the community. It don't matter about the rest of the people. It's about you, because you the one standing there on camera making yourself look like a fool, all because somebody else is living their life the way they want to. Isn't that the entire point? Just for you to be able to live your life and just have fun and be you and be successful and be happy with yourself? Isn't that it? And if you're gonna say that's not it, then what's the fucking point of you bitching? What's the fucking point of you complaining about somebody else just so that you can complain? Just so that you could try to be the hero of some community? No, you look like a fool. And for all the people that have called me transphobic throughout this video, and you claim I'm spreading transphobia views and I don't do anything but hate on the transgender community, just a quick little question. How is it acceptable and worthy of praise for a trans woman to proudly say, hey guys, I'm proud to be a trans woman, but there's so much hostility towards a woman saying that they're proud to be a woman? And if the answer is anything about oppression, patriarchy, punching up, and oppression, and all these other hot buzzwords, then you got no real answer. You just got people's feelings. You just trying to justify praising one person, but shaming another person. And that's not fair. That's not how we get a bunch of people to understand one another. That's not how we get a bunch of people to respect each other. That's just going to have more people hating a bunch of people because you're sitting there and showing pride and praise to one person, but you're trying to slap down somebody else when all either side is doing is just being proud of who they are. So enjoy that hypocrisy, enjoy all that bitterness, because I know it's looming inside all you trans activists. Subscribe to the channel. This is the doctor, professor, philanthropist, gynecologist, veterinarian, sandwich extraordinaire, subway manager, and bacon connoisseur, and I will see you in the next one. Start loving yourselves.